what day is it? Monday? Monday morning. I had like a last couple of days off, and I was like, what day is it? Honestly, it's so hard because you get the needed sleep that I've been wanting for a while.
I feel that.
And
you come back from vacation, you're like, you weren't keeping track of days when you were out, so then you're here, and
you're like, what day is it? And it's kind of like a short week. You're off New Year's, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so like it's kind of a short week.
Yeah,
but,
I only worked through Wednesday, and then I also didn't have to work this weekend since I'm working this morning. Otherwise I'd be here till like 11:30 last night. That would be wild.
So it was all over the place then.
Yeah, so I don't know what day it is either. Yeah. I guess it's Monday.
It's Monday. It is Monday. Yeah. I don't know if a lot of people go back to work today or not, or hopefully you have 2 weeks off because coming back in the middle, I mean, I think that happens every year with news. Yeah. It's so quiet in the last couple of weeks. It's like all of our skeleton crews are here. I saw a bunch of people from sales. Granted, I guess we still got to bring in money because I'm like, what are you guys doing here?
I would have figured they'd be off because since like we share a building with a bunch of government agencies, our parking lot
empty.
No one's there. Yeah. It's like, what's going on? Oh, wait. People actually get holidays off.
They get holidays off and everything. Yeah, no, I saw a few people from sales here on Christmas Eve, too. And I was like...
Christmas Eve?
Wow.
That's
last minute things.
I guess.
Yeah.
More power to them.
Got to give it up for the KARK Fox 16 sales team.
Right. I guess sales never sleeps.
No.
Like we say, news never sleeps. News really never sleeps. So
no.
that's
news
why
never sleeps. Sales never sleeps.
Sense.
Who knows at this point.
Who
but
knows?
Kind of a busy night last night. I heard it like right as I was going to bed. What was it? Like maybe like 6 or something. The wind started like whipping around the house. And I'm like... I'm thinking, so I put up my Christmas lights with the little hooks, right? They just hook onto your gutter.
Oh.
And I was like, I hope those don't fall off. They were intact this morning.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because last night really was one of those, like if you have loose decorations anywhere, they're going to be found yards away kind of thing. Those inflatables, if you had them inflated,
oh gosh,
I feel like those would have just been carried
Those
by
would have
the
been
wind.
done. I saw a few trash cans down the street today, and I was like... I was thinking about waking back up and telling my husband to pull ours in, but he already did it. So I was like, oh, good.
Nice.
We don't need those flying down.
He was on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really was wild. You could tell. And even before that cold front came through, it was a breezy day. If you were walking around outside, like things were blowing around. It wasn't one of those days where like you had to hold on to your hat or anything to make sure it didn't fly away, but it was still breezy. And then that cold front came through, changed everything. And we had that line of gusty showers that came through yesterday evening too. I say showers because there wasn't any thunder in them in much of Arkansas.
No, there wasn't. I was out yesterday morning on a run, and it wasn't even a sprinkle. It was like really just a weird mist.
Misty, because it was so humid too. Yeah. Like before that cold front came through, we were sitting in a really warm, humid air mass, so much fog. Yeah. Every single morning you could just bet on fog.
Right.
Before that front came through. Now we have dry air in place, and it was really windy. I mean, we saw... Now, the max wind gust in Arkansas, 52 miles an hour. And it was recorded off of an I-430 bridge sensor.
So in Little Rock. Yeah. Okay. Wow. And it knocked out, I think, 10,000 people off the bat with power. I'm just checking the latest. 752 now. So that's a whole lot different.
Is that across Arkansas or Pulaski?
Across Arkansas,
okay.
554 in Pulaski, though.
Okay, so most of that's still Pulaski. I mean, it makes sense because it seems like the highest winds were right where we are. Not that the rest of the state didn't see high winds. We still saw a 48-mile-an-hour gust in Arkadelphia. We saw a 46-mile-an-hour gust in Conway and Harrison.
Yeah.
So we all got wind. That's just because thunderstorms didn't roll through with this cold front doesn't mean it wasn't impactful. You know, I have people ask me, why is my power going out? It's the wind.
The wind knocked down the power lines.
Exactly.
That's probably why. Well, Joel Young, one of our chief meteorologists here, sent you guys a photo, too, of a down power line.
Yeah, and that was in Little Rock. That was on Harrison Street, just down in the middle of the road. We had another viewer send in a photo in Scott, Arkansas, of a downed power line. It had just been snapped like right at the base.
Yeah.
So kind of wild there, and it was like hanging on some other power lines. Definitely hazardous. We saw reports of trees down. A lot of them looked to be on the heavier side with maybe shallow roots, and so like you had soil that came up with them too. But yeah, it was impactful for
It was
sure.
a whole lot. And I talked about it this morning too. I was like, I feel like the wind brought that cold front in like hardcore. I don't know if this is something, it still amazes me. I've lived in Arkansas for four going on 5 years now. And how we can go from almost 70 yesterday morning to what did we start out at this morning? Like
we got down to 30 in Little Rock. 74 was our high yesterday.
That's crazy. In
Yeah.
like less than 24 hours, it goes down that quickly.
It literally is such a roller coaster. And like that doesn't happen all the time. I know Arkansas weather really is this roller coaster of like, we'll just see what happens tomorrow kind of thing.
Yeah.
But really like a 50-degree temperature drop in some parts of the state, which is what was experienced in parts of northwestern Arkansas. That is wild. That doesn't happen all the time, and that just speaks to the air mass that was moving in. We had a really warm air mass sitting over us. We had an air mass then from the Arctic behind this cold front move in. So this is really cold Arctic air that's sitting over us, and that's really just that crazy change, you know? And I think that all of us kind of got used to for a bit the 70s, because the first day I think it was 70, I remember coming to work and feeling like I was forgetting something. I was definitely just not wearing a jacket, and I hadn't been used to that. But now, like coming to work this morning, I had to remind myself to get a jacket out, and stepping out the door, I was like, oh.
Right? I was like, I got to bring out the big jacket because it's not
Yeah.
just cold, but that wind was still going this morning too.
Exactly.
And so that makes it 10 times worse. I wanted to ask you this because we had so many different opinions on this last week before Christmas. You were here for Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Were you into the warm Christmas or were you mad about it?
I don't know if I care one way or the other. Growing
Okay.
up, obviously, like in Ohio, we pretty much had cold Christmases, white Christmases, or even if it
Yeah.
was a green Christmas, it was like 40 degrees.
Yeah.
It wasn't warm ever, really. But it wasn't, like, I didn't dislike it. My
Okay.
fiance and I went and hung out in the hot tub at our apartment complex for a while.
Okay.
And that was nice. I don't know if we'd be able to do that. I mean, I know a hot tub, you can go out there when it's like really cold, but you still have to walk there and like walk back.
Yes,
So,
yeah. So get some sun. Well, granted, it was foggy or cloudy, but still.
yeah, it was
I
nice
mean,
out. Or like
yeah.
taking our dog for a walk, or like
Yeah.
walking to like a local coffee shop. Like that was nice to still be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely felt weird for Christmas to
Yeah.
like have the AC on. You couldn't, my parents bought us a lot of cold weather clothing. Like we got scarves, we got coats, we got socks. You're trying to try it on, but you're also having like a heat stroke as
Yeah.
you're trying it on.
Right.
Like, oh, this fits, it's great. Like when it's
Thank
cold,
you.
I'll pull this out.
Yeah, my husband got a lot of like long running outfits, right? Long sleeves, long pants, and he got like fleece lined pants. And I was like, well,
That's cool.
can't wear those anytime soon because it was like the next day it was hot too. But I think too, I'm excited that it's getting colder, but I wish it would have. Maybe I'm just like too used to what Arkansas has been. Typically, I mean, I guess we did break a record in 2021. I don't remember that, but maybe I blocked it out
That's
as far
fair.
as the heat. Like, I'm from San Diego, so Christmases were always warm, and I was always upset about it because you don't ever get the white
Yeah.
Christmas. It's like, doesn't feel like the holidays. So,
Well, and I feel like that's a little harder too because
Mm-hmm.
every single Christmas movie you watch is set in this winter scene. There's
Yeah.
snow on the ground. You're watching Home Alone. There's already like a foot of snow on the ground in Home Alone. Like it's been snowing in Chicago for
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
forever. Or National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Like all of them, they're just set in this snowy like Midwest town.
yeah.
So it's hard then when you're sitting there and you're like, I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel very Christmassy.
It doesn't at all. But, what are you going to do? Hopefully, well, we're going to have a pretty mild week then too, right?
Yeah, so
Okay.
if you like the cold, hold on to today, maybe
Okay.
tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow will be chilly. It just will start warming up tomorrow. Like some parts of Arkansas will get back into the 50s tomorrow.
Okay.
And then we're in the 50s from here on out pretty much for the
Okay.
next 10 days.
The 50s I can handle, but we did ask you and Juliana a question on our show. Gary was like, are we going to see the 70s again before, what was it, Valentine's Day? And both of you guys said yes.
Yes, that's
So
just how
sad.
it happens. And
Yeah.
too, like heading into severe weather season, we usually start to have some of them in January, some of them start in February, like,
Yeah.
a day or two.
Uh-huh.
Ahead of that, it's always so warm. I mean, like I went to school in Oklahoma. It's not too different from the weather here in Arkansas. Really, just like add wind and you get Oklahoma weather different from Arkansas. And there would be times in January it would be like 85 degrees on a random January day. You knew you were getting severe weather after that.
Oh, but, no. Yeah.
That just happens all the time. There's always like a few days in January where you could go sit out at the pool.
Yeah. And then you just get excited at that point. See, it's so funny because I'm like, I just want seasons to be where they're supposed to be, but it's just not the case, you know, because like when March rolls around and we're still going to be cold, I'm going to be irritated because it's almost spring break. You want to get outside, you want the spring weather, and then it just doesn't happen.
Exactly. Yeah. I feel like everyone's always like that towards the end of each season too, especially like winter to summer, I guess, because you get closer to summer, everyone just wants it to be summer. You get closer to winter, everyone just wants it to be winter. Yes. Or fall, probably more likely, because I feel like more people like fall than winter. But exactly, like, and the people yelling at our Arkansas Storm team to give them whatever they're asking for. Like in March, people will be yelling at us like, can it be 80 degrees already? And, you know, in September, we had people yelling at us about the heat and how they wanted it to be cold already. I wish I had a wand. I wish I could make that happen because I don't know why they're yelling at me. I'm just telling you what's happening.
I'm just the messenger, people. I'm just the messenger. Exactly. I love that. But then again, like people have so many different opinions. Can't make everyone happy.
No, I had this one person last week got very upset with me for calling 70 degrees. I called it very warm. They wanted me to call it hot, and they said that I needed to work on my sense of the weather because of that. And I was like, right. I don't think a lot of people would call 70 degrees hot.
Yeah, what's 85 then? That's what I would call hot. That's what I would ask.
I don't know. And it's all opinionated, too. Like, I think everyone on the Storm team even calls things different. Like, whether it's 50 degrees, what do you call 50 degrees for a high? Some of us say chilly. Some of us say cool. Like,
cool. Right? Maybe.
Either works. And it depends, too, like, what's the sky doing? What's the wind doing? I don't know. Because
if the sun's out and it's 50, that's different than, you know, cloudy, if it's cloudy windy, and 50. Chilly. There you go. A lesson from meteorologist Jenna Warner. Right. Well, I want to get to another story that like caught my attention today. I had to stop and be like, wait a minute. There's a new gubernatorial candidate out in Vermont, I believe. 14 years old. And so this all got started because apparently Vermont doesn't have like an age limit.
Which is wild.
Right?
I mean, did they set that in place knowing that like someone age 14
I'm sure
could run?
It was one thing, or it was like, well, let's just set the maximum. And they didn't even think that, you know, a 14-year-old would come out and be like, I'm going to run. And let's do it. So I want to go ahead and see if I can play that story really quick so we can get it. Let me pull this up.
The Vermont gubernatorial election takes place next year on November 3rd. One hopeful candidate is a teen, just a freshman in high school. Meet 14-year-old Dean Roy.
I'm a candidate for governor in the 2026 gubernatorial election.
Roy sharing his position on a smattering of topics.
I would like to say that I stand for both LGBTQ rights, the rights of minorities in Vermont, but I also stand for rural traditions. I want to protect the right to farm and the right to hunt in Vermont, as well as I could promise no new restrictions on guns.
Roy says he doesn't fit into a specific party. He loosely labels himself a fiscally conservative liberal. But that's why he and his peers founded their own party, the Freedom and Unity Party.
I was really also inspired based on our economy. I'm seeing a state that I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to afford to live in the future.
Housing is another one of his priorities. He proposes increasing taxes on short-term rentals like Airbnbs.
I believe that this could incentivize them to leave the home and then open more homes up on the market. And it also can raise more money which then we can spend on building more homes.
He shares more on why he wants to run for governor.
Currently, I'm seeing in our country and in Vermont, politics is going more towards the old. It's very, very uncommon to have the youth being involved in politics. And that's something I want to see change. I don't think that we should only have representation from one age group.
He hopes to become the first governor under the age of 18.
What I'm hoping is that me leading this campaign can help kind of invoke more youth to attempt to lead the way. And I really, really hope that this can help make a change in the way of allowing more youth to be inspired to then therefore also attempt to make a change.
Reporting for News 10, Karina Dominguez.
Okay. I have so many thoughts about this. One, the first thing I noticed is I was like, does he still have braces on? Because, I mean, we're all 14 years old.
Oh, did he still have braces?
I think he still got braces.
I didn't even look.
Yeah, I could be wrong.
Nice.
But there's so many thoughts that I have with this. One, fantastic job for him, like doing all of this and showing initiative. It kind of gives you, I guess, hope for the future of the generations that are, intrigued about getting into leadership positions and whatnot. But also, I just like, this is crazy. The 14-year-old.
Like, how is he going to go to school? Is there a program where he can get credit just for being the governor?
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I don't know either. But he also has, I was shocked to hear actually well thought out plans that aren't just like, I want ice cream every day for school or something, you know, like the class president, what they run on, and they're like, I'm going to give you more time off. And you're like, done, I'm voting for you.
Done.
This wasn't even that. This was well thought out, he's thinking about buying a house for the future for himself. And
those
are big
wild
thoughts.
too, to think about, at just 14 years old. I go back to where I was at 14 years old, like 8th grade. I think my biggest concern was getting my braces off. No joke. I was like, I need these things off. I wasn't paying attention to politics, or even if a 14-year-old, it's also not just a joke, if that makes sense, right? He didn't just see this and be like, oh, 14, I'm gonna run and it'll be funny. He's actually got good, or whatever. He's got good platforms, at least, I don't want to say one side or the other, but I'm trying to say he has a plan in place. Yeah, if that makes sense.
Using he's hoping to inspire the younger voice too, because realistically, in the past few elections, granted, I'm now starting to get out of my realm of weather, so if I'm wrong, just yell at me. But there's not a lot of the youth voice that's appearing, and it is he's right. It is mostly an older generation that is what you find in politics. If younger people can start to get in and use their voice too, that's great.
I think
and
so
to feel
too,
inspired to do that and not just be I'm gonna. What you're focused on as a younger kid, and your sports, your school, those are all important things too. But if you're also thinking about the world, that's inspirational.
Yeah. I think about too, going back to kind of bringing it back home, the city of Earl, Arkansas, elected their youngest mayor back in December of 22, and he was just 18 years old.
Wow.
Which is amazing to think about just how young. Granted, Earl's a very small town, but you're starting somewhere.
Exactly.
I think regardless of, are we going to vote for a 14-year-old? Do we think it's smart? I think we can both all look at this story and be like, wow, that kid has got a lot of drive.
100%.
So
not to be that person, but then to also say that you could write a pretty good college application letter with the time I ran to be governor.
Right? I was going through some comments on the Instagram post, and one of them said, this is how we get into Harvard, ladies and gentlemen.
Correct.
This is how we get in. Yeah, some of them, obviously, we can acknowledge the fact that, he's 14. This woman posted, as a teacher, I'm proud of this young man. As a teacher, I also know I will not be voting for a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
But,
that's valid.
What are the other ones? I'd vote for a 14-year-old before an 80-year-old. That's an interesting take.
That is an interesting take.
I always think, okay, so if there's a minimum, should there be a maximum age to run? But in this case, I guess there's neither.
A lot of people think that.
Yeah.
I think that I've seen some polls on social media, and granted, I don't know how well done they are as far as finding biased, unbiased, et cetera, all sides of the coin. But a lot of people are talking about a age limit now.
Yeah.
So that's interesting, the age minimum. And to the teacher's point, there are very mature 14-year-olds out there. Some of them, they talk to you and you're like, oh, I think you have your life together more than I do.
More than I do. I'm still waiting to get my life together. Come on.
Speaking of, I'm still not an adult.
I'm still not an adult.
That's what I tell myself in my head. I'm almost 28, but it doesn't. I don't feel like an adult. I don't know.
No, and the hardest thing about an adult, and I'll continue to say this, is choosing what to have for dinner every night.
It's so hard. I have to plan it way out in advance. Otherwise, I don't know.
Yeah.
And my fiance is no help in that. And he just appears and eats whatever I make. So,
Yeah.
like,
He's
that's
just like,
helpful.
what's for dinner? That's how my husband is. They don't change. They don't change. Speaking of getting life together, that's not the right clip. Hold on, guys. 3. There we go. That's bagels.
Ooh,
Hold
bagels.
on. I wish. Here we go.
Bagels sound good.
You know, it takes me a while to get to places. Okay. A lot of people's New Year's resolution is getting fit, getting in the gym. Do you have a New Year's resolution yet?
Mine is going to the gym more. I am that cliche person, but
Yeah.
I used to work out like 4 or 5 times a week before I moved here. It just worked really well with my schedule in Myrtle Beach. I've just yet to find like that mainstay in my schedule where I can start going, and then also telling myself, you know, just keeping it up, like the habit.
It's hard too, especially during the holidays.
Yeah.
Everyone's working different shifts. Like, I feel like some days you're working mornings, some days you're working nights, some days you're working weekends. So
100%.
hopefully as the year kind of stables out, it's like, okay, let me get my set schedule back in place.
Yeah.
And then you can, you know, go to the gym.
Exactly. So that is my resolution. Do you have a resolution?
It's working out, I'll tell you that. But it's also keeping my house clean. Like, I am so bad about, like, things will just, it'll be clean and then I'll just make a big giant mess and not clean as you go. Like, it's just a nightmare. Like, a lot of people will say, you know, do one thing at a time. Like, clean as you go when you cook. Every morning, unload the dishwasher. Like, I tried doing that for a while until I moved to this schedule, and then that's not happening because I'm not doing that at 2 a.m.
Well, exactly, because you have the opposite schedule to like most regular adults. So then also finding the time to do that. Once you get home from work too, even though it's, you know, 11 a.m., noon, whatever.
Yeah.
You've already worked a full day. You don't have as much energy. It's like an adult coming home at 5 p.m. Like, I have to clean the apartment now. I have to clean my house now. You know, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You're drained.
Right? And I think that takes a lot to get used to, and even for your spouses too. I come home and my husband's on his lunch break and I'm just like, I'm going to take a nap. And he's like, all you do is sleep. And I was like, I've worked an 8-hour shift.
You're right. You're
already.
like, I've already worked my whole day.
Like, remember that when you get up at 7 that I'm already working. So
literally,
my day's almost over at 7.
Exactly.
But I do.
Different.
Yeah. So with the gym, I don't know if you're going to do this, Jenna, but apparently cursing is a good way to get through a workout. So there's new study is out here saying researchers have found that swearing can actually help your exercise routines. They looked at about 200 participants who were told to either use a curse word or a non-swear word every 2 seconds while working out. The study found that people who hold back their tongue tend to be holding them back physically. 2 seconds is kind of aggressive, in my opinion.
A lot. Like, and are you supposed to curse to yourself? Like, is it in your head or like quietly to yourself, or are you yelling? Like,
or are you yelling? You're getting kicked out of whatever gym you are in. I'm sure by like number 3, you're done.
Literally.
Yeah.
And probably the rest of the circuit of fitness centers in Little Rock will start to catch on. Like, oh, this is that person every 2 seconds.
Right.
They have to curse out loud.
It's just
throwing
weird.
Dumbbells down.
Throwing dumbbells down. I was talking about this on our show this morning. It's like some of those irritating things, like that would probably be number 1. Cursing like every 2 seconds. But like excessive grunting. Gary was saying like the dropping the weights, like when
so loud.
That's
like,
just
if you
damaging
can't handle
equipment.
It, then don't start weightlifting with that weight.
Right.
Makes me. I'm that person I'm gonna give you the side eye. I'm gonna be in the back like giving you the worst look ever.
Right.
But I usually do that.
If you want to curse every 2 seconds, it could help you, but you also might lose your gym membership.
And everyone's gonna stare at you like.
Yeah, because you don't know.
Doing?
Sometimes there's kids around. I see too, like a lot of parents will bring their teenage kids to the gym. So that is an interesting thing. I also think about like the researchers who set this up. I always like to like, okay, you know, we do pitch meetings all the time in the morning. So I always go back to how did this idea come up? Like, imagine that pitch. All right, I've got an idea. Let's find out if cursing helps. Let's study 200 people in the gym and see if cursing helps. I don't know if it's like a release, you know, sometimes people who grunt excessively in the gym, I feel like it's okay to grunt here and there. but excessively, maybe not.
If it just happens,
Yes.
fine, because we're working out. So there's obviously going to be noises involved.
Yeah, you
which
push
sounds
yourself
funny.
physically, you
Right.
know,
But if you're screaming like as you're grunting or whatever,
after everyone.
why are you here?
Oh,
You just want everyone to look at you like, oh wow, they're good at working out. Like,
Right.
what, you want a gold star?
you want a gold star. I hate to say
We're all
this.
just here.
It's always the older men who are like 60, and I'm like, get
yeah, it totally
Get
is.
it. Right.
It's never like you rarely see a woman doing that in the gym. We all
No.
keep to ourselves.
Yeah.
We do what we need to do.
Yeah.
We wait for the machines to be open.
Right. So maybe go to the gym. Let me know if it works out, but maybe just whisper or say it in your head.
Yeah, we would hate for us to do a story about you.
Yeah, we don't
Local
want that.
person loses it in gym.
Because this research study says that it helps. I mean, I don't deny it. I'm sure it does help. But, know your surroundings.
It might. I mean, I do well when I'm angry working out.
Yeah. Yes.
So I guess this is that, but
Get angry. Yeah. Think about your ex if you're single. That'll help you.
that gets you.
That gets you going. That's my advice for today.
Amazing.
All right. That's going to do it for Coffee and Clicks. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right, welcome back to Coffee and Clicks. I almost said Arkansas Storm Team Live. Almost came out of my mouth.
It's one of those days.
Jenna and I do that show together, so I just looked at Jenna and I was like, AST Live.
It's the same thing.
Same thing. Today is
Plus
Coffee
Madison.
and Clicks plus Madison.
Madison.
Welcome, Madison.
Hello.
A happy week after Christmas before New Year's, which I feel like is notoriously a week that no one knows what day it is.
100%. We had
Yes.
this conversation last week. It was like we came back, Christmas was the middle of the week, and I was like, what day is it? I just had to come back and work Friday. I was like, this feels like a Monday.
Yes.
Then I had the weekend off, and I was like, this is wonderful.
Gotta love the weekend off.
The
But
weekend
yeah,
off is nice.
we are back. It's Monday.
It's Monday. I
The
didn't know it
29th?
was Monday.
Oh.
I mean, I know it was Monday, but like Jessica was introducing Coffee and Clicks earlier, and she was like, "It's Monday," and I was like, "I guess."
Yeah. Well, you typically don't work Monday mornings
No.
of the morning show.
Usually, I work Sunday night, but you're not going to work like getting off at 11:30 and
I
then
hope
starting
not.
shift at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
If that ever occurs. That occurred a lot in Myrtle Beach. So
Yeah.
I will say,
I also did that in my
That's
last
happened.
market too. It's like a
But-
quick nap.
Sunday
Yeah.
nights are always the latest.
Yeah,
I've joked
sports.
if I ever have
Late.
to pull that, I'll just go home and sleep, like propped up on the couch. And
Yeah,
wake up and
just keep
put
the
some-
makeup on.
Some refreshment,
Yeah.
misting spray on
Yeah.
the makeup to make it not look
the eye drops
dry.
help.
Yeah.
Lumify eye drop.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Lifesaver.
There you go. Anyone have any plans for the new year?
I'll be here.
Be here. I'll be here as well.
I'll
New
be
Year's
here
Day.
too, New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve.
But New
Okay.
Year's Day, I have off.
Ooh.
So that's
Are you
exciting.
getting started on any resolutions? Do you have any resolutions?
My resolution is to go to the gym more.
Okay.
We just kind of talked about it in the last half hour, but just I used to go to the gym 4 or 5 times a week in Myrtle Beach. Like it worked so well with my schedule because I was
Yes.
an evening met. So like I didn't have an alarm. I woke up, just rolled out of bed, went
Yeah.
to the gym, came home, went to work. Like it was
best.
easy.
Yeah.
But I haven't figured out how to make it work on this schedule, and then I'm procrastinating too because I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll figure it out at another date,
Yeah.
another date. So I'm going to the gym in January. We're fixing this.
Okay.
I feel like working that night schedule. That's what I'm normally on. So welcome
Okay.
to the morning show today.
Yeah.
Hard turnaround.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, I just wake up and I go to the gym and then I come to work and it's wonderful. I cannot
Exactly.
imagine going to work and then going to work out. I'm already
Yes.
drained.
I can
Yeah.
tell
Still
you
have to
it's
do the
super
noon.
difficult.
I don't know how
I
you
can
do it.
imagine.
I love mornings. I love waking up early. I love morning show. But Ashley King and I talk about that a lot. The worst part I think about this shift is I love to work out in the morning because it just like starts you
Yeah.
off right.
Yeah.
I agree.
And unless you're going to a 24-hour gym and you want to hit a 2 a.m. workout,
Yeah.
it's typically not in the cards.
Yeah. I like
Yeah.
looking down like at my Apple Watch too and being like,
All the rings,
I've
yes.
accomplished something today
Yes.
before I've even
Right.
started work.
It's like people say like making your bed. You just have to get that one like thing off the
Yeah.
checklist and you're like, okay.
And what is it? You do something for 90 days and it automatically becomes a routine?
Yes, that's what
Yeah.
they say. There was actually a News Nation article about how to hack your brain. Neurologists were talking about hacking your brain for your New Year's resolutions.
Oh.
And they actually said if you do it for 27 days, that you could be
27.
getting in a habit too. I always heard 3 months, 90 days.
Yeah.
But maybe you only have to commit for 27 days to really make it stick.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah. And I feel like they always say people fall off in like February. You know, that's when like
Yeah. My workout class, I'm already dreading next week because it's already a full house. But
Yeah.
Oh,
start
people
of
are
the
gonna
new
start
year,
showing up.
people are going to really pack that place.
Yeah.
But then, come February, it won't be as packed
Yeah.
as what it was.
Yeah.
In
It
January.
always happens. I'm excited for the people that are like getting out and like starting their fitness journey. But it is hard when you're taking like classes and you're like, okay, I got to sign up as soon as this class opens.
Yeah, it's
'Cause
like
it's gonna
you
book
have
up.
to do it like 2 weeks in advance.
Yeah.
And they'll tell you to. The little gym that I go to, I love it. But you have to. And I'm like, what am I doing 2 weeks
I know.
from
Yeah.
now?
Right.
I have to
Your
think
schedule
about
gotta
it.
change?
Especially,
Yeah.
am I going to be on the mornings and not be able to make it?
Yeah.
Who knows? But
Exactly.
That's the
at
hard
least
part.
you can cancel it. But
Yeah.
That's true.
You hate canceling.
Yeah.
But I also hate the mentality too that I feel like I've seen a lot of people that go to the gym regularly post on social media saying they hate this time of year because like all the newbies show up at the gym and like they just don't know what gym life is or whatever it is, and like, I hate that mentality. Like, well,
Yes.
we can't better ourselves. The gym is only the gym people's space.
100%.
Why can't
There's
other
some
people join the gym
funny
space?
videos that come out at the first of the year, and it's like, that January. Have y'all seen them on like TikTok? And it's like people using machines. I mean, like totally
yeah.
way.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny.
Yeah. We were all
It
new
is kinda
once.
funny.
Exactly.
I remember what that's like going into a new gym, moving to a new place, going to a new workout class, and you're like,
Oh, it's scary.
is everyone looking at me? They're not.
Especially when you like the machine you wanted to use and how to
Yes.
use is like
Taken.
fully like there's a line. You're like, I don't feel like
Yeah.
doing that, so I'm gonna sit at this new machine. You're sitting there reading the
Yeah.
muscle thing. Like,
How do I work?
I don't think I'm doing this right. I'm always terrified that I'm going to be that person.
Yeah.
because, like, I'm trying. I feel like I feel a burn, but I don't know.
Yeah, am I filling it in the right place? Am I going to hurt tomorrow?
Yeah. So you're doing
Right.
it correctly.
Exactly.
I actually had one of those moments at a gym here in Little Rock. I was trying out a new machine. It was a chest press machine.
Okay.
So then you load the plates on each side, right? And so I was like, some of the machines come with like 45 pounds is already what the push is, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to try it out with 45 and kind of see where my strength level is. So I do it and I'm like, okay, I'm going to add some plates on. So I take some plates and I put them on the machine. So I think. And I do it again. I'm like, oh, this is easy. Let me stack a couple more on. So I keep stacking some plates on. I keep going and I'm like, I don't think I can bench press this much. These machines have plates where you can keep the excess plates stacking on there. And then there's another place where it actually adds weight. So I'm just looking so dumb, stacking plates onto this extra area where like it just holds plates for the next person. And then I was thinking the same thing. I was like, is someone watching me like continually stack plates in the wrong spot?
Right.
So it happens to the best of us.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah, I was
'Cause
like-
you're truly like in your mind, you're freaking out.
Yeah, I was
You're
like-
what is happening?
I'm not this strong, I don't think, unless I just, overnight became Superman or
Right.
something.
Well, then you get the stares too. Like you think people are watching it. And I'm like, are they actually watching?
Yes.
Or are they like waiting for you to leave so they can take that machine?
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, I gotta
Yes.
crunch
Yeah.
them out so I can get out of this seat so they'll quit staring at me because
Right.
clearly they want
Yeah.
what I'm doing right now.
Oh, I hate that feeling because you're right. Like in your mind, you're like, are they just watching me do this workout? Like, am I doing something incorrectly? But
Right.
they're probably waiting for the
Waiting for
machine.
it.
But in your
Yeah.
head, you're like,
But then that
I'm
psychs
judged.
me out even more. I'm like, okay, I gotta like do this quick. I can't
Yeah.
Yeah.
take a break.
Yeah.
I feel that you're in someone's ways. You're like, oh, I want to be courteous.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
Gym
But
etiquette, it's hard.
It really is, especially when other people are not like
Yes.
in with the etiquette. I guess like they hog a machine. They
Yeah.
leave their towel on 3 machines so they could use
yeah.
it later, or like the story that we talked about today. Like if they're grunting or like
Yes.
making noise or
Swearing.
something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, there's some gyms that don't really allow, like, doesn't Planet Fitness, they have that
Yeah, they
lunk
have the-
alarm that you
Yeah.
can, like,
I
if
love
someone's
that.
grunting too much.
Yeah.
So, but the story we had this morning was that if you curse or do a curse-like word every 2 seconds, you'll lift more. That's got to set off the lunk alarm, I think.
There's no way.
Yeah. I will tell you, I go to Numa and we do a whole song that is burpees. And when we come up and we will like yell, but it's like a collective. Like we all know that we're going to do it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, doing that little yell, it gets you through that song. I don't know how, because you would think you'd be like
Yeah.
exerting all of your breath.
Man.
But no, it helps.
If I'm doing a whole song of burpees, I'm yelling.
Yeah, that is a lot.
Do you do that every class? You know there's going to be a burpee
Not
song?
every class, but it's like a specific one. So it's typically when I go, it's like Tuesday mornings I'll go, but then I'm off Thursday and Friday because I anchor the weekend, right?
Yeah.
And so Thursday and Friday I'll typically do like an afternoon class.
Yeah.
And so I typically have my burpee song on Tuesday morning and on Thursdays. And it's a great way to had a tough week or, you can just let it
Get your
out.
aggression out.
Yeah.
I love that.
Burpee is probably like my least favorite
I
workout.
love 'em.
It's a hard
After-
one.
Yeah, after taking that class, though, I'm like, oh, I can do this.
Yeah.
And
that
that's
must
a
get you
good
better at it.
feeling, too. Like, once you've done something and you've, like,
Yeah.
conquered it, you're like, okay, I know I can do this again.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's a little easier the next time, a little easier the next time. You're like, oh, I'm a pro at whatever this is. Now I can do something else.
Yeah. That's a good point.
For
can
me,
understand that.
this year, a push-up.
Okay. I was just
That's so
actually telling
funny.
Jenna that my New Year's resolution this year is 5 normal
Yeah.
push-ups, not on my knees, just regular push-ups.
Yeah. That's my arms. Ooh,
Yes.
I
Yes.
struggle so hard.
Yeah.
And so, and I don't know, my elbows pop.
Okay.
I don't know why.
sounds
Like I don't
bad.
know if I'm like double jointed and I
Yeah.
just don't know it. But when I go down, I'm like I lock up and it's like
Yeah.
I go to push back up and we're popping.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Is it
so-
painful?
no.
Well, I guess that's good. It's
Yeah,
not painful, but,
That's just
I mean like a
sounds-
little. It's like you just need some
Yeah.
oil on the bones or something.
Some WD-40.
WD-40.
Gotta fix that there.
Get some, nice little
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah.
That's so
It's my
funny you guys
goal.
have the same resolution.
Yeah.
I want to do a push up.
yeah. I've actually been Googling some like push-up progressions on like
Yeah.
how you can, because yes, you can try and do them, but obviously I need some other strength. So it's like
Right.
holding a high plank, which I can hold a high plank for a couple minutes. So it's like maybe doing that more. And then it says you should progressively like go down on height. So if like you're like trying to do a push-up from the wall and you could do that, then you need to start doing like a push-up from like maybe your coffee table or something
Yeah.
like that, and then slowly get down to the
I've read
ground.
too where you can like lay on your back and you can practice the motion with like weights in your hand.
Oh, okay, yeah,
And that will kind of help. So that's what I've been doing.
yeah,
Is practicing that.
yeah. You'll have to let me know what works,
have
and we'll
to
get
share-
our
yeah, we'll have
push-ups
to-
this year.
We're
I
gonna
love
hold
it.
each other accountable to that one.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
June 20.
that's one of mine for this year. Do you have any other New Year's resolutions?
Probably the gym with going to classes.
Yeah.
I can see like my count number per year. So I
Yes.
did pretty good this year. I didn't start going to Numa until like halfway through the year.
Okay.
And I got 125 classes.
Wow.
This year.
That's awesome.
So I want to like reset my track and
Yeah.
see how many I can get this upcoming year.
Yeah, I
So
love
I want
that.
to beat the 125.
That's a
I
good
think
goal.
probably towards the end of the year, I'll have like 129 classes before the first of the year. And so I want to beat that next year.
I like that. My sister, she works out at Orange Theory.
Yes.
And she was trying to come up with like, New Year's resolution. She was like, I want to make sure I'm going 3 to 4 times a week. But like, how do you over a year make sure you're hitting that? And I was like, go on your app and see how many classes you did this year and just pick a new number. Like,
Yeah.
I want to do X amount of classes. And that's so much easier to calculate
Yeah.
at the end of the year than like, did I go 3 times this week? Like,
Well,
the
and
weeks stack up.
I don't know about y'all, but I use MyFitnessPal.
oh,
And I
okay.
love it. I just have the free version. I don't
Yeah.
pay for the plan, but I can go in there and log, and then it gives me all sorts of recipes.
Yeah.
That's another goal. I love to cook, and I want to meal prep more.
Oh, yes.
So,
That's a good
'cause
goal.
For me, normally on night side, I'm meal prepping dinner,
yeah.
which is a little different because it's like, okay, you can do a lot for like lunch, like sandwiches, because
Yes.
I never know during the week when I'm reporting, like, where will I be? Will I
Yes.
have a microwave? Will I not have a microwave?
Yeah.
Etc. So how do you get like a good dinner meal in
Yes. Yeah.
where it can be on the go?
That's a
Yeah.
good point. Yeah, that is hard.
So,
Recipes
does
that
make
don't
it
involve a microwave.
Right.
Well, and that's
Yeah.
why I feel like
Yes,
you just
for dinner.
lean on sandwiches or what. Because
Yeah.
I do the same thing, like packing my lunch when I'm on my usual
Mm-hmm.
like 6 a.m. to or 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. shift. Like, I've
Yeah.
got to have lunch, but I almost feel like I'm packing a 10-year-old's lunch. 'cause
Right. An adult lunchable.
I'm also scared
Yeah.
of our microwave, so there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like
Scary.
work microwaves
I think
are
that's
never
always
like
that way.
the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah.
Or any public microwave.
Exactly.
You know?
Like, there's going to be people that just accidentally splatter things. They're
Yeah.
not going to clean it. That happens like a gazillion times. And
Yeah.
then I'm staying there really scared of it. Like, I will never use this.
Yeah.
It happens, but That's the hard part too, because eating is like
Yes.
a large
Right.
part of your fitness, your physical
and
journey.
being healthy. Yeah.
Well, and you can't gain muscle without
Unless you're eating enough, yeah.
protein,
and it has to be at the right time. And
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you know, you got to know
protein
everything.
shakes have been my biggest friend recently.
Yeah. That's my morning like hack that I do for the morning show. Is you don't want to eat breakfast in the morning, but I do
Yeah.
a protein shake with a couple shots of espresso, and it tastes like a latte.
Wait, but have you ever had the Slate? Have you ever tried Slate?
I don't know if I've heard
It's
of that.
a protein coffee.
Oh,
It's in
okay.
a can, like a Celsius.
Okay.
And they make 3 different flavors, and they're wonderful.
Okay. I'll have to
Ooh.
look that up because I
Yeah.
make my own concoction every morning.
I
So
know.
Nice.
I used to do that. I would take my Fairlife, like vanilla,
Yeah.
and I would get the like Starbucks or any really truly like coffee concentrate, and I
Yes.
would add a little bit of just the coffee concentrate into it
Yeah.
and give it a good shake. But this, you just pop the tab.
okay.
And you drink it.
That's good to know.
I might have to look that up.
It's
Yeah.
late coffee.
Slate coffee. Okay. I'm gonna have to Google that.
Yeah, I'll bring you one tomorrow.
That's easy.
Oh,
that's just in a
that's so
you can
can.
try
nice.
it tomorrow.
That's
Yeah.
like because that's the whole reason I feel like that I've been granted. There's other reasons, but I feel like most of the time I bring like an energy drink on these morning shifts because they're easy to just like throw in my bag if I like don't have time to make coffee before I head out the door or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
But those are really bad for you. I usually do this one that's like a probiotic energy drink called Bloom, and that's what I've been
Yeah.
on like recently.
Ah.
And like I don't have the same jitters that I have when I have Celsius, or I tried a really bad new one this morning. I
Yeah.
don't
She
even
had
remember
to
what
throw
it
it in the
was.
trash can.
It was so bad. I
That's so depressing.
can't even describe it had on the can, and it was on sale at Target. And I was walking through Target and I was like, oh cool, I've never tried this before. It sounds
Yeah.
fun. It had like yerba root and like a bunch of other like things that sounded like they'd be good for you. So I was like, cool.
Yeah.
Not cool.
It was
In
so
a
bad.
comparison, what would you?
It
what would you
tasted like
compare it to?
alcohol, but there wasn't any alcohol in it. Like it had like that weird bite, but then at the same time it tasted like chemicals.
I wonder if it
Oh.
had some kind of fermentation like kombucha. Maybe that's why it had the
Maybe,
bite.
but I like kombucha, so I feel like I would have
Okay.
noted. Like I would have
Yeah.
been like, oh, a kombucha vibe. But
Yeah.
it was so hard to describe. It was like really chemical-y.
Yeah.
Have
At least
you-
you had a backup.
Yeah. Well,
That was
it was
good.
in our fridge.
Oh, whose was it?
I don't know.
Wouldn't mind. It's cool. I know it
It was
wasn't
that
mine.
7 brew one that I think
Oh.
someone left
I
us.
thought it was yours.
I thought it was yours.
Oh, it was definitely not mine, and it wasn't Pat's. Pat only drinks Diet Coke, so that's good.
Well, someone left a lot of those for the production crew because their
Oh.
entire fridge is
They
filled with those
came.
7 brews.
Oh, okay. So that
Yeah.
sounds like it was free for the taking. Good.
Yeah, I think so.
Have you ever tried the green tea Celsius?
No, I haven't.
I like those. I don't do carbonation.
Oh, okay.
So the green tea Celsius, I am obsessed with. If I'm gonna have an
Ooh.
energy drink, that's what I want.
I
And
love
it's not
green
carbonated.
tea.
It's carbonated, or no, it's not carbonated, but it's caffeinated.
Okay.
Oh.
And so
That sounds good.
You get like all of, and Celsius, those green tea has natural vitamins, but then
Yeah.
Celsius has vitamins in it too. So
Yeah.
I feel like when I drink it, I'm
You're being healthy.
being healthy.
Yeah.
It's a healthier alternative to an energy drink, but most
Yeah.
energy drinks are carbonated, so I stay away from them.
Yeah.
That's fair. Do
Yeah.
you do the what are they? They're really bad. I used to do them all the time in a ski club. The like only moment I'd be away from my parents in like middle school. I was that kid. There was one time at ski club I took 5-hour energy shots. I decided that was
No.
a great idea. My friends were like, "Yeah, do it." And I
Oh
was
my
like,
gosh, I'm glad you're okay.
I was
Those
wild.
things are horrible for me.
Oh.
So bad for you. But you're a kid, so you
Yeah.
act super wired. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, no. But they're the Java Monster Energy. They don't have carbonation, but they they're
Oh.
coffee-y.
I've never tried those.
I haven't tried those.
They're pretty
I've
good,
tried
unfortunately.
the Java coffee concentrate though, and that's
Okay.
yummy.
Ooh.
So that's one of the ones like I was saying. I used to take that and mix it with Fairlife
Yeah.
protein shake, like a vanilla, and it would make a coffee protein shake.
Yeah.
And then I found these Slate, and I'm like, oh, I don't even have to do that anymore. I just grab and go.
Yeah. I like
that makes
that.
it easy.
I'll have to look that
I
up.
like that Java brand. They make some good coffees.
yeah.
The Java brand is a really good brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. I also have the New Year's resolution of reading 30 books this year. So that's one that I'm going to try and do. I read 26 last year.
Oh,
So I'm going to try and
I
do
love
30.
reading.
I do too. I want to do a little bit more. I haven't put a number. I think I'm going to do 5 nonfiction because I read a lot of fiction. I love fiction. But I'm going to try and maybe branch out a little bit more to a couple nonfiction.
Would it be like weathery nonfiction or like sciencey or like
I
true
don't
crime?
know. Maybe like whatever I just like saw that tickled my fancy. I've read a couple like autobiographies and I enjoy those.
Yeah.
So maybe something like that, but
Favorite
we'll have to
book
see.
of the year that you read?
Oh, that's such a good question. I feel like I got to go back on my Goodreads and see it. I think it happened one summer I read this year. I really liked that one. I think it's becoming a movie. I can't remember, but that was a really good one. But I like romances is what I typically read.
Yeah.
And then I like some thrillers. Have you read The Housemaid?
Yes.
The movie's coming out.
I
It's
know,
already out.
Already out.
Have you
and
seen
I
it?
haven't yet.
Okay, I really want to see it.
I do too. I'm excited.
Yeah. I told Jenna she has to read
I
it.
haven't read it.
Yeah.
Do you like to read? Is it something you enjoy doing?
Love to read, but
Okay,
I haven't found time to do it.
Yeah.
like
I know.
I need to get into the cycle of. I should probably add that to my resolution too, because I want to start getting back into reading. I used to love reading, even though it wasn't like books, but like in grad school, and they sign you like tons and tons and tons of reading,
That's
and
me
it's just
currently. I don't
you're-
have time for any other reading because
Oh.
I'm still
That
in
makes
school
sense.
getting my master's, and so if you go walk by my desk, all of my textbooks
Oh,
are
man.
in the corner of my
Yeah.
desk because I'm like, that's all I have time to read.
Yeah,
is
it
this.
takes up the time.
That is
So
understandable.
I'm excited for grad school to be done. Next
When are you
December.
finished?
Man,
Okay,
I'm
wow.
jealous. I
Yeah,
miss grad
next
school.
December,
I'll
and
take any of your
then-
homework if you want.
Okay. Don't tell me that because there's a ton of reading assignments in there. But yes, I'll be done next December. I have one last full set of classes this upcoming semester, and then I have to take thesis on its own. Once that is done, I will be able to read again. I'm so
Ooh.
excited.
That's so exciting.
That
1
is
year.
exciting.
No.
What's your thesis on?
Ooh, it's kind of pivoted just recently. So we're talking about like news culture, the newsroom with social media, but specifically with like the TikTok platforms.
Okay.
How does that
Ooh.
change like social media policies, social media norms? What does a day-to-day life look like for a reporter with TikTok, an anchor with TikTok?
Yeah.
So it's really interesting because
I like that.
when TikTok kind of first came out, like AP fired one of their reporters
Wow.
over a TikTok. So that's like one of
Oh.
the base documents that I use is like that happened, but then things have changed obviously since then.
Yeah.
And TikTok's widely used by this younger
Yeah.
generation.
And encouraged.
That doesn't necessarily tune into broadcasts. So it's a
Yeah.
whole different way of sharing news.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm excited to
That's
hear more about
interesting.
that.
Yeah,
That's really
so
cool.
That'll be the thesis.
Yeah. All right. Well, here's to 2026. We got a couple days left and we'll be back with you here tomorrow. But that is the end of Coffee and Clicks today. Everyone have a great Monday.
We'll see you tomorrow.